This video is brought to you by Craven's Comic Books and Collectibles. Check out their weekly live show, auction, and sale at facebook.com/cravenscomics every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. And you can check out their inventory at cravenscomics.com. Craven's Comics, for the comics you crave. Welcome to the program, Savannah Basley.
Hello.
Hello, Savannah. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. So, of course, Savannah, you play Cleo on Wynonna Earp in this season. Gotten to see, Cleo go through a lot of stuff. At first she's pretty much on top as the magistrate with her memorial chili cook-off for freedom.
Yes.
And, then she's kind of plumbed to the depths as basically she's now the head Clanton in charge because all other Clantons have kind of been removed from the table.
Everyone else is dead.
Exactly. And she had some... She's gotten to some low lows and some high highs, basically. What's it like playing a character that's got such range?
Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. Cleo is so much fun to play. I mean, I can they really give me a chance to play with her being very sassy sometimes and very vulnerable at other times, which is really great. She's a hot mess, and that's always really fun to play.
Yeah, those are the type of characters that everybody really loves, the hot mess type characters. They're
yes, you kind of love to hate her.
Yeah. That's fair. That's very fair. I'm curious though, coming onto a show like Wynonna Earp, coming into and joining that cast for you, how much fun has that been to come on to something that has such a huge, passionate fan base that has let the show continue to go to continue on, even though it looked a little bleak at different times.
Amazing. I mean, the fan base is kind of incredible on the show. I didn't realize how crazy the fan base was.
Oh yeah, they are very passionate.
Like passionate, yeah. And I mean, like crazy as in like I didn't realize like there were so many of them, like as passionate as they were. Because I wasn't aware of Wynonna Earp. I was aware of it, but I have this thing where if I audition for a show and I don't get it, sometimes I won't watch because like when I was starting out, because I was like, dang, that like sucks, especially because I mean they chose Melanie, like, of all people. So I was like, starting out, I was like, there's no way I can watch this. It'll just be like such a hurt to my soul. So I kind of had this thing. So for the longest time, I hadn't watched it. I knew of it and I'd seen like clips of it. So going in, and that's also just something that I do starting as a new actor. I don't want to I tell my agent, don't tell me if there's like big stars in it. Don't tell me who's in it. I don't want to know, so that when I get there, I'm not like nervous to be in the room with these people. And I kind of still have this mentality of like, I'm just really happy to be here. So, just being on the set at first, everything was just like, am I okay? Like, is everything okay? Like, am I doing everything okay? Especially because my first episode was Melanie's. So that I was really just like the entire time I was just like, is that okay? Do you need more? And she'd be like, oh my God, give me more. It's brilliant. Give me more. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, that must be kind of a surreal feeling to come on a show, guest starring in the final season in a number of episodes, and the first episode that you're working on is directed by the star of the show. That's
yes.
So it's like you're working with her in the scenes, but then also looking for guidance from her as the director.
Yes, but at the same time, because I knew that she had so much pressure under her, I really, I made sure that I asked a lot of questions before I went on set, and I did a lot of my homework just to make sure that I wasn't like a burden on her, because there was so much going on. I really wanted to make sure that like anytime it wasn't like, I was like, is that okay? It wasn't like, oh my God, I need your approval. It was like, what else do you need from me? Do you need anything else from me? And a lot of the time I would just kind of like sit back and wait. And then she'd like come over and be like, oh yeah, you were great. And then like go over to like, go do something else. I was like, okay, I guess I'm good.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. And that first episode that you were in, pretty much all of your scenes were with Melanie.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a very intensive kind of thing that the director, the actor are with you the entire time. That's fantastic.
Yes. But I think because she's also an actor, a lot of the things, it didn't feel like she was coming at me as a director. It felt like she was coming as a collaborative. It was very collaborative. It was kind of just like, oh, let's do this instead of like, can you fix this? It was like, oh, like this would be fun if we did this instead, or not like instead to be like, oh, okay, next take, let's try this. So it was very, I felt very relaxed and comforted. And I kind of just wanted to make sure that I was being utilized as like kind of like as a tool as best as I could.
Right, of course.
With that episode being directed by Melanie, I'm just curious now, is this the first time that you've come onto a project and been directed by an actor from the show or project that you're working on? Like, is that a first for you?
I want to say yes. I've been a daily, like I did some stuff on a couple of the shows, but I want to say yes. That was the first time that I've been.
How is that different? Like compared to a regular everyday professional director versus an actor who is getting into directing and trying their hand at it and but is still primarily an actor first. Like you mentioned how like Melanie, you guys were collaborating more than anything else. Now is it that much of a difference? Like, is it more collaboration with her as an actor, or are you still getting that with the other directors that you've worked with over the years?
I think it depends. Definitely on this show. And when I did Tales from the Hood, that was also a very open, collaborative. It depends on the director, really. Thing with like you have like Melanie and Paolo especially, and I think that's also because Paolo is kind of Melanie's mentor, so I think that also helps. Right. You have directors that are very technical, that are great with the technical part, but have no clue how to. I once had a director on my very first show, which was like a terrible experience. I couldn't get this scene down. I was supposed to come in and it was supposed to be kind of like a forensic scene, and I was supposed to be talking about just kind of like listing these things, and I guess I wasn't doing it properly. I was kind of giving it too much emotion or something. And he goes, read it like a grocery list, but not like a grocery list.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Sure.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. Okay, I'll try. So you have like directors like that. And
let me ask, did you start reading it like hungry? Is that like
yeah, like I was like, okay, read it like a grocery list. So I was kind of just like, I was thinking, I guess, kind of like when you're, listing off ingredients or something.
Yeah.
It took a while. It was my first show.
That's some vague direction, I gotta say. Like, just
yes. So you get directors that are like that, where so it's very you're like, can you give me something more? And then you have people like Mel and directors that know how to speak to an actor, where they can really come up to you and give you actual insight and actual direction. And that's the nice thing with Mel is and with Paolo especially, they would come up to you and talk to you more so about the character and about the motivations and direct you in that way, compared to read it like a grocery list but not like a grocery list.
Yeah, of course. Well, yeah, that's
it sounds like you've got a lot of instinct. Would you ever want to try your hand at directing, or are you feel more comfortable in front of the lens?
I feel a lot more comfortable in front of the lens. It's a very therapeutic thing for me. So I like being in front of the lens. I feel like there would be too much overthinking involved in directing, whereas acting is just, sounds so cliche, but it really is.
Yeah, acting is just doing. I get it.
It's just doing. Like a lot of the vulnerable scenes that I had to do with Cleo, it really was, people would be like, oh, like, how did you get there? Honestly, I just held back everything that I wanted to cry about that week. And then I just like let it all go. Cause I had permission, I had permission to be vulnerable or to feel that. So there was something I wanted to cry about that week. I was like, just save it.
Save it. Fantastic.
Wow, that's a superpower. I don't know if I'd be able to hold back that long. See, this is why you're an actor and I just sit here behind a microphone, and that's
that's a talent. That's a talent. I can't speak unless it's scripted in front of me. I'm having a very difficult time right now. So
no, you're doing great. You're doing
amazing.
Great, Savannah.
You should actually replace both of us. You should just.
Well, here's the deal. We'll get you to replace him. Well,
we'll get you to replace him.
So anyway, we got an email in from Shane C, who says, "Hello to Savannah. Love her and Melanie together." And Shane is also getting in an early rating for the film we're reviewing later. My rating for Zack Snyder's Justice League, shit. I rated a 1. No, minus 2385. So Shane loves it. Shane loves Zack Snyder's Justice League, apparently.
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, exactly.
I just love the rating. I love when we get back into multiple digits and periods. I love that.
Oh yeah, no, it is fantastic. Yeah. It's the amount of integers that are used by some of our listeners is fantastic.
Ooh, very math termage.
Oh yes, I like that. That's what people come here for. They come here for math terms.
Is Justice League getting like a good review or bad reviews right now?
Depends on who you talk to.
Mixed bag.
On your viewers.
Yeah, absolutely.
So far, our viewers,
they're leaning away. They're leaning away.
Yeah. Oh man, but so talking about directing, you actually have gotten to be directed by Melanie again on the new show SurrealEstate for 2 episodes, correct?
Yes.
So from that jump, like again, it's a director you've worked with before on her first thing. Now it's her second thing for a couple of episodes. Was it an easier groove? Was it exactly the way it was before? Did it make things easier?
It was definitely an easier groove. It made things so much easier. I mean, that show in general, it was the cast and crew on SurrealEstate is amazing. And I'm so excited for everybody to see it. So there was always a sense of camaraderie on the set. And so when Mel came in, it was just even more of just like, hey, like, I'm so happy to see you. Cause I was like sad after Wynonna Earp, ended. Like I always kind of get this feeling like I'm at summer camp and like I'm leaving and I'm like, oh, I'm never going to see you again. And then I got to see Mel a few weeks later and it was very exciting. It was a very, very fun experience. Very experimental. There was a lot of freedom on set, and just she's always so excited, just always like, yeah, that was amazing. That was amazing. So it was like great hearing her like behind the camera being like either like laughing or being like, yes, I love it. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm doing good.
We've spoken to Melanie before, so your impression of her is like
pretty
really
getting there. Yeah.
It's like it's really bringing back the memory because I remember how effusive she can be when she gets excited.
Well, we're live, so I'm cutting out some words that.
No, you can fucking say whatever you want. You can say it all.
Oh, okay, yeah. She'd just be like, "Fuck yeah!" That was always it. Fuck yeah. Always, and I'd be like, yes, I guess we got it.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, no, that definitely
she's not the only person from Wynonna that you're working with. Of course, a couple weeks ago we got to talk to Tim Rozon, who's also part of the show, and
he's literally like a giant teddy bear. He's not real.
That makes perfect sense. Yeah, and honestly, it does. We don't like it's his stash, right? Like it's got a superpower all to itself, and it's just embodiment of Tim.
Yes, like he really is the embodiment of just a true gentleman. He is such a gentleman. Tim is just such a sweet, sweet guy. And the stash doesn't hurt.
He's got the heart of a child. That's what it comes down to.
Yes, he really does have the heart of a child. It was great. Like always. And his dad jokes are great. Have you guys gotten to hear all of his dad jokes?
We've heard a number of his jokes. I think we've just scratched the surface though. I think he's got quite a few dad jokes left to tell us. So
he loved this one that I told him. So let's see if I can get it right. Okay. Okay. Why do ships in the Netherlands have barcodes on the side of their military ships?
I don't know why.
So when the Navy comes in, they can Scandinavian. I think I messed it up a little bit.
She's here all week, everybody. She's here all week.
He like loved it. I like told her right, and he was like, I love it. I love it. So I guess he like put it in his book. So yeah, but like he loved that joke. He was just like occasionally he'd like walk by me and be like, Scandinavian. I was like, I got him.
So you guys shot SurrealEstate in Newfoundland, right?
Yes.
So what was it like? Yeah, what was it like out there? Actually, Mr. Green is a Noof.
That's my hometown. That's my hometown.
Oh, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I love St. John's. I got to be there a year before when I filmed an episode of Hudson and Rex.
Oh, nice.
Yes. And so then when I came back, I was like, I hope I get to like come back to St. John's sometime. And then the next year I'm right back in there. It was great. And it was nice because we were kind of in my dad kept calling it the NBA bubble. And I was like, yeah, kind of close. Because at the time, St. John's was very like, there was only like literally like 5 cases and they were all on the mainland. So, you know, there was like, it was very safe. Everyone was like, everything was still open. You could still go to restaurants as long as you know, like had your mask, and it was like social distancing rules and stuff. So it was amazing. It was beautiful. We filmed in some amazing locations, a lot of really cool houses with a lot of tiny doors.
And lots of bright colors too. That's
yes.
It's the hallmark of that town. I'm just curious, like, what can you tell us about your character without, like, you know, because I know it's still, we got a few months to go before the show will come.
And such a great name, Zoe L'Enfant.
Yes, Zoe L'Enfant. She is a great character. Once again, a great character, a lot of fun to play. She's very sassy, once again, kind of dry. She's kind of one of the anchors of the group. You know how there's always those members of the group that kind of just anchor everyone together and kind of I'm kind of like the baby of the group, to be honest. I'm the youngest one in the office, and there's very much a family dynamic that happens with not only just with like the cast, but in general of like the show. You'll find that there is kind of like a family dynamic that happens. And so I am the little sister of everybody. And I kind of get dragged into some situations that she hadn't been dragged into before as a receptionist at the Roman agency.
That's fantastic. Yeah. And well, I guess there'd be some pretty crazy situations since you guys are trying to sell haunted houses, basically.
Yes, troubled homes, haunted houses.
Sorry,
I like the real estate talk. Troubled homes.
Troubled homes. I know that's
yes.
They're not haunted, Andrew. They're troubled.
Right.
They're troubled.
Yes.
There's just some issues, and we just got to smooth them out.
Yeah. I just that's a great term. That's I could totally see that. It's a troubled home.
No, you can't say it's haunted. No one wants to live in a haunted house.
Oh, there are people. There are people.
There are people. Yeah.
Yeah. There are people. Me. I'd love to live in a haunted house.
If the internet has taught us anything, there's always something for someone.
Yep. I think it'd be pretty fun I've always been one of those people that have wanted to, I want to go back to New Orleans and stay in some creepy homes, some creepy Airbnbs. And
no, I think that's the wrong life goal.
That's so fun.
Don't crush her dreams, Green.
No,
she wants to go to places that are haunted. Let her go to places that are haunted.
Yeah, but I'd like to see her continue to act. I don't want to see her get killed.
Nothing bad has ever happened when you go to a haunted house.
Have you ever seen a horror film?
That's what I'm saying.
We don't always last the longest.
Yeah, no, yeah. That's
Savannah to keep.
I hope it goes away, but
I want Savannah to keep working, Andrew.
I do.
Thank you. Me too.
I do too. But I also want her to have fun. I want a good fun work balance.
Fun within safe boundaries. That's all.
I won't play with any Ouija boards.
There you go.
There you go. That's a key first step. That's a good first step.
I'm not crazy.
Only search out happy ghosts like Casper.
Yes.
Exactly.
Is there listings in the real estate for that? Is in the Airbnb? Yeah. Is this apartment's haunted? Yes, it is. Okay. Is it a Casper friendly? Yes, it is. Okay, that's the one you got to.
Yes, it is. Yeah, I just want one that like rolls balls back and forth. Maybe like a sweeping ghost, one that does laundry.
Now that's a ghost I can get behind.
Yes,
a housekeeping ghost, that'd be great.
I would not mind that at all.
Fantastic. So. Of course, Wynonna is on again tonight. It's the third last episode of the series. And I believe Cleo returns in this episode, yes?
Yes.
Oh, I like how you're like, you hesitated for a second. You're like, oh, I don't know, should I say this?
She's back to start some shit. Here she comes to wreck the day.
I think the most important question to ask is she back in her red pantsuit?
Ooh, the power suit.
The power suit, yes.
I have lots of outfits coming. Lots of pantsuits coming. I don't know if the red one is back, but I do have some pantsuits that are coming back.
All right, fantastic.
Some boss bitch outfits.
Nice.
Awesome. That's what we want. We want more of the boss bitch.
Yes.
Change your Twitter handle to boss bitch.
Boss bitch. Yeah. I'm not on Twitter, but if I had Twitter, I definitely would.
Okay, there we go.
This isn't anxiety provoking.
No, hey, well,
there's a lot of anxiety provoking things on the internet these days. Social media is one of them.
Yeah.
As a general rule, yeah. No, that's it. Stay out of haunted houses. Stay off social media, and then life is good.
Yeah. Drink water and take a multivitamin and then you're good to go.
That's right. And
Savannah's checklist for a healthy life.
We can even add in the stuff that we've talked about with Tim is that don't juggle chainsaws either. So there you go.
Don't.
Yeah.
What?
He really wanted to do that during quarantine. He learned to juggle and thought about chainsaws. So there you go.
You need to have a talk with him, Savannah.
Yeah, you do.
To be honest, it doesn't surprise me.
It doesn't
does
surprise
not
us either.
surprise me that that came out of his mouth.
Oh yeah, no, totally. Well, Savannah, it's been great talking with you. If we could, we'd talk with you all night, but unfortunately we have a movie to review that some of our listeners are ready to pan. So we're looking forward to that.
My fiance tried to watch it last night and he was like, 4 hours. Fuck that.
Well, we'll find out if that's the sentiment of everybody tonight. But thank you so much, Savannah, for coming on. And we look forward to the rest of Wynonna Earp and, of course, SurrealEstate.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. It's been great. Thank you so much.